Often what we see is that a division opponent who you play 2 times a year becomes a marquee rival. Which team was that for you?
There was already a very long and storied history between the two franchises. And then things escalated, simply because of modern technology. The first thing that came up during media availability that week was the back and forth on social media. It seemed as if I had entered into the league's most talked about rivalry overnight. Yeah, I could have left it alone, but when someone runs their mouth, sometimes you need to walk the walk and talk the talk.
Today, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports.
2 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Ball carried by number 10.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
He's on the pickup.
Now a handoff here to his running back.
At the 27-yard line.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Cameron Hayward on the tackle.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Well, Charles, it's always contentious division rivalry, even a little spicier than we're used to. The well-documented war of words on social media between 2 of the top players on these teams has really added a layer of intrigue.
You're absolutely right, partner, because this social media beef that kicked things off, it spilled over into the midweek press conferences. It's dominated what people have talked about around this game. For most people, they think this is ridiculous, maybe even a little childish. but let's go back to when we were younger. This was just what we called bulletin board material, and this stuff has made this game the most talked about regular season matchup I can remember. So no complaints from me. I doubt there are any complaints from you. We can't wait to see how this plays out on the field. And that's the thing to remember here. The player with the bragging rights will not be who gets the most post-game likes on social media. It's going to be whose team wins the ball game in this contest.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now a handoff here to his running back.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. A gain of 8. 1st down, Baltimore. So as we continue to get settled in here, you know, this is obviously division. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And a nice play on the end of it, an 18-yard touchdown run.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at the 20. And he'll throw right away. Screen pass to Connor. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
Marlon Humphrey.
Well, the gap man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer. Exactly what you want, though. Score on your 1st drive, stop them on the 1st drive defensively.
Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their 1st drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
2nd down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Steelers' 18-yard line.
The toss right. This is Ingram. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on second and third.
Fourth down.
On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there. With his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure to just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
The passer defense.
Well, instead of 4th down after the incompletion, it'll be 1st down, roughing the passer.
Coaches love their defenses to be aggressive, but they want them to be smart as well. Have to leave the quarterback alone at a certain point.
And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Roethlisberger hands to James Conner.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 2nd down, Conner looking for space. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
2 straight 4-yard runs, and it is steadily working the ball downfield. To me, they're staying right on schedule. 1st down, you want 4 yards or more to set up the rest of the drive. They're getting exactly that.
And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
At their own 32-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. 36 yards on the play. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
1st down.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns as the Ravens push further out in front. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
And the Steelers set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both.
Doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Tack McKinley. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
On third down, it's Counter. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything.
Defenders giving chase.
You'll get nothing.
I think they're going to get there. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Now, you talk about the dominating rushing performances that you and I have seen together. This has got to be right up there. His 4th touchdown run of the game and another long one to boot.
And I don't need to ask for a witness. With me, we are watching this, and we're watching such a performance that it's demoralizing for anyone on defense. You know, it starts out, coaches screaming, tackle him, get him. And after that last touchdown, I bet it's pure silence on that side of the ball.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down, as his guys continue to pour it on. And he just tied the NFL record on that 5th rushing touchdown. He's the 6th man ever to do that in a single game.
And, partner, did you just say that he tied an NFL record there?
Yes, sir.
I mean, we're talking 5 touchdowns on the ground against an NFL-caliber defense.
Is that good?
I'd say that's fantastic. What a game for him.
It really is something. We are watching quite the effort. Taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking deep here for Ebron. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached, and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. Taken in at the 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now, so as you mentioned, trying to find...
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Another try after the first down sack. Roethlisberger forced out to his left. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Ravens, they'll take over. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. Last week they defeated the Broncos, and they've got the lead here as well as they work with a 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. And maybe shades in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. And they give this time to the tailback. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. Now a handoff here to his running back.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 13-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he's brought down. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I just wonder if before that last play, if someone on the defense stepped in the huddle and said we've been run over, run around, run through all game long. Can we come up?
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens add on. On that sideline, they're saying that was more like it. The first down run went backwards, that time into the end zone.
And I like their little bit of courage in play calling, too. Because after an unsuccessful run, especially one where you lose yardage, you oftentimes go right to throwing the football. They came right back with a running play, and it paid off handsomely.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
1st and 10. At their own 20-yard line.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the...
She-Rag got me.
Hit boy to be so you gotta go berserk.
Okay. Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a foe, one to keep your eyes on your toes. You know the ones that want to keep you where you've been before. But I can't go, no I can't go. And whoa, sometimes I need a check. Not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. You change name, how about your respect? Give them more than what I get, expecting up the back. In fact, you know, I sat down with my accountant. He said, I got good news and I got bad news. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lot. I said, what's the bad news? The bad news is you spent more. Okay, look. Sometimes you need the faith. Sometimes you need to know your worth. Sometimes you need to wait. Shoot like the golden boy, but in front of the bay. You can't negotiate with Drake. You gon' have to pay. But wait, jugging on the main stage. Put the mainframe. Loosen up your face, baby. Sometimes I need a vacate. Meditate, hydrate. Protect my energy before engagement.
Grew up having nothing, you're labeled impatient. But once the boss made it, you're labeled amazing. Meticulous with words, such a force of nature. Boss.
I thought things were behind us after the win in our first meeting. But when I found out this dude was running his mouth again, calling our win a fluke, I just couldn't believe it. If he wanted a show, I was ready to give him a show. I'd already backed my words up once, so I had no problem saying that I'd do it again.
Today, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens taking on Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
They love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the inner harbor of Baltimore. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
throwing now. Roethlisberger on first down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And trying for Washington, but the pass intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Steelers, nothing. Justin Tucker.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From the 6. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21.
21-yard line.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Off the play fake, he'll set up to throw it. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown.
Ravens.
So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
14. Steelers, nothing.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they will watch this one land in the end zone. That'll be a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Eric Ebron.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Roethlisberger going to get this one to Connor. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 26-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. He finds an opening past the 40. This one up to the 44-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
1st and 10.
Well, folks, once again, the fireworks have begun to go off before the teams even entered the stadium for this one. You had some overactive fingers on social media, if you will, and that continued to make this one of the most public and personal feuds in the NFL.
And remember back in the day, if you got your comeuppance from starting something like this, if you talk trash and got beat previously, you didn't talk trash before the next game, but that's not the way of the world in the NFL nowadays. These guys continue to go after each other whether they win or lose. And the social media taunting, that continued this week. And lucky for us, we get a chance to see it play out on the field over the next 4 quarters.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. Ingram's got the 1st down and more. And down to the 16-yard line. 27 yards there, a 1st down. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12. at the 18-yard line.
Now they'll pitch it out here. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks up. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Fair catch made.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
38-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Right back to him on 1st down. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And finally out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4. A big play that time for the Ravens. 48 yards on the ground. So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Made by Devin Wood.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
And a nice job defensively.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. As the Ravens push further out in front. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a good shy of the 30-yard line.
1st and 10. At their own 29-yard line.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the...
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some... get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. And now this throw complete to Washington. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
First down, Pittsburgh.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait to the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can offense going to have to come up with some...
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Check 48. Check 48 for the ball. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Now on 2nd and 13. Roethlisberger. Short little throw to Ebron.
The one thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And eventually he's taken down here. Great coverage downfield, resulting in the sack. Bud Dupree drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th.
For that quarterback back there, I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Come on, baby. We got to do our job. We got to do it.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
7 yards, the pickup there. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down now. It's Connor. 4 yards, the pickup, first down.
A gain of 4 yards. First down, Steelers.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in. And trying for Washington, but the pass intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
7-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it. Knocks him over. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. And they give this time to the tailback. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big chunk on the ground there. 27 yards.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Ingram. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 5-yard line.
So we've come to... All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Ravens 28. Steelers.
Ravens ready to receive it. And they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
It's 4th down.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Hey, nothing to see here, just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. They'll run here with Ingram, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Ingram hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And this offense continues to pour it on.
And while no one on the offensive line will get the 6 points next to their name, they should be credited with this one. Tremendous blocking to get the runner into the end zone.
Justin Tucker to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From the 6. And able to get this out to the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Second and 10.
We're in Baltimore. Third quarter action. 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Alex Anzalone. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. And the pressure gets to him again. Bud Dupree able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Taken at the 37. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
And they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here.
And at the 38-yard line.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give him 17 on that pickup. And he'll give it here to his running back.
Well, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They'll try to run this one in. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. With his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Ravens continue to... Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on...
It's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Where were they clicking on offense?
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being it.
Another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash.
winning teams. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't hear when the crowd screams. Still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Eating blood across it where the blood thinner. Juice stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers on the